rolling on to articulation, brothers, and I'll let you know a little secret. This is actually the first segment that I've filmed of this review, so it won't be cut in chronological order. I'm filming this first for a simple reason is that is how the figure comes out of the box, so I didn't want to have to dress it to undress it to show you this body, which is basically what I'm going to do here. So it just made more sense for me to film this first and then go back, dress it, and then I can pose it in the more military style poses, and at some point we'll show you the change of clothing. So that is why I did it. Also, it gives you a good idea of where it articulates, so people won't just see it clothed and think, well, why won't it do that, and why won't his arms go this tight, and blah blah blah. So this should make it clear for you. This body, a lot of Hot Toys collectors will have seen it sort of replicated a few times, namely on the first version of Barney Ross, probably the Bane figure, the Indiana Jones, the Hawkeyes were pretty similar also. And what it basically is a sculpted upper body, so it would lead into a neck for sort of the necklace head sculpt, what this one's got. You see with the eye cut off point, some neck sculpt, some head and neck together, so they would join somewhere here. But this isn't. This is, like I said, the sculpted upper body, and then the muscular arms, and they only have a right angled sort of bent elbow. So that is pretty much as far as it will bend, which does limit your articulation, because a normal true type would have sort of an hinge here and then one lower elbow, so then it'd bend again, so the fist would go right up to the shoulder sort of thing. But as you can see, this doesn't. So why do they do it? They basically do it if they're getting your figure, there's basically an option that you're going to want to show it undressed. Now with this one you might do because of the tattoos, which I'm going to show you. So like I say, it's a skin style texture. You can even see the pores in the skin. You see you've got a tattoo there, rolling round to his Expendables tattoo on his back. So if you're getting nice and close, you should see the pores in the skin. Like I said, that goes right up into his neck. Coming round, so if you can hear the thing turning, I didn't get the turntable out. Come round again, tattooed. So this is sort of the body, the go-to body if they want to give you the option to pose it topless. And also it cuts down on the sort of the messy elbow joint. It's sort of the more aesthetic one sort of thing. I wouldn't pose this figure, I don't think, topless, so therefore I don't need articulation reduced like that. I prefer to have articulation for the military posers, the action posers, and not have that style body. But like I say, you can see the midsection joint is a little bit tidier than version 1 Barney Ross. It were like a gaping gap on that version, if I remember rightly. The shoulder's on a ball joint, so obviously you see a split somewhere here where the body is, and then here where the arm sculpt starts, which again is messy, so I think it takes away from the any reason that you would want to pose it topless. I don't think the body is defined enough for how Stallone is at the moment. I think he's a lot more ripped than that, so I don't even think it's an accurate sculpt. But like I say, the main problem to me is the loss of articulation. Now from the waist down, obviously I've not took his combat trousers off, because from sort of the waist section or the girdle down, it is a basic true type, which will do everything. And also the boots are pretty soft, so you get decent ankle articulation also. So yeah, full rotation, double bend knee, ankle peg with a ball joint on top and bottom to give good articulation there. So another thing with this, the arms are really tight, which is not a problem because they will loosen off in time. But another hindrance on the articulation on this figure is, if you look at his sort of his strapping on his fist, it has a bit that it connects there, and it's sort of to go round, sort of to go around his and cover his, I can't move it now, like that it's supposed to go. But then obviously when you're moving the wrist peg, it sort of traps into this groove up here or this groove down here. So I mean, it doesn't stop any articulation, but it's just a thing I noticed that it were forever trapping under hand when I'm putting hand on and off. So yeah, just talk about the pose, just a basic boxing pose. I just wanted to basically show you what the body would do. To score the articulation, I think if you're... I don't know, it's not shit articulation like some figures I've seen. Hulk recently, that's pretty shit. There has been others, I can't think off the top of my head. It's not shit, but then again, there's a loss in articulation because of the aesthetic. Now, like I said, on this one, I would have preferred the articulation to the aesthetic. So, I've marked it down, but I've only marked it down 1. So, I've given the articulation a 4 out of 5. Rolling on to extras, accessories, and this is a fully loaded category. So, I'm going to try and fly through and show you everything it brings, give a nice score. Firstly, we'll look at the pose. See, casual clothes, casual pose. Got his foot up on the nameplate, just chilling out and maxing. Thumb in his pocket, cigar in his fingers. He's even got his shades on. Watch on his wrist, looking fresh as fuck. Beautiful. Right, so the extras. If you class the tactical outfit as the first outfit, then obviously this would be the second, and it is again a sculpted felted flat cap, very similar to the one Clipper King wears on his thoughts and thank yous videos, or anyone I'm seeing on camera. Pretty much put my hat on for simple reason I can't be asked to fucking do my hair, laziness really. But Barney's rocking one as well. He's got his shades on, which are really well sculpted and painted, but I don't think they go with flat cap, so I'm going to take them bitches off. So, yep. Cigar. Focus. This camera automatically focuses on face, so anytime it face is in shot, it would normally go for face area. The watch, which is really well done. You can see the digits on it. I would normally wear the watch on the left wrist, but because of the strapping that it goes around that wrist, it just looked too bulky on that wrist, so I put it on the other hand. So yeah, the second outfit is made up of a 3/4 length sleeved sort of sweat top, I suppose, very similar to the Henley one that Dexter wears. It's layered, but it's not two different items, it's just that it's got an underlying collar stitched in. And same with the highlights around there. It's as if it's got a shirt underneath it, but it hasn't. And I'm glad they did that because it stops it looking too bulky. Over the top of that, he's kind of got a soft denim waistcoat or vest if you're American. Working pockets and everything, what we expect. And then obviously, we'll turn it. It's just a plain back. Pretty nice outfit, to be honest. When I saw it in the pictures, I thought, I'm not sure. I think it'd look nice with it. I forgot who told me. Somebody says if you put the what's called the pea coat from the Brad Pitt Inglourious Bastards figure, if you put that on top of this, it looks really cool. And I can imagine it does. It'd look very period, which would be a good look. So yeah, really nicely tailored again. Got this sort of frayed section on both sides. I'd be honest, I've not checked if it's screen accurate, but I suppose it is. Yeah, moving down to the brown cargo style trousers, which again are really well done. I will say as well, it's not just an afterthought, this second outfit. I had the first Barney Ross, and I just got a feeling that the second outfit were a little bit of an afterthought. It was just basically a green t-shirt and some faded jeans. There were no spare shoes or all like that. This one, just a theme of how the figure's gone. It's just the movie stepped on one and the figure stepped on one. The stuff you get is better and it's more well thought out, as the way I'd describe it. Another set of ankle boots sort of thing. No socks, so if you don't get a set of socks, it doesn't come with socks. So really well sculpted boots. Do like them. I do like the first boots as well. They're really nice. So yeah, that's what's on the figure. The back, you've got the instruction leaflet or page or whatever, and it basically just shows you how to swap him out, his outfit, and then to set up the headset rig, his Dre beats, and where you put the clip onto the rifle for the elasticated strap that he has. So moving down, like I said, his shades, really well done. Fitting really nice. I think Hot Toys are pretty much sculpting these shades onto the head sculpt, so they do fit perfectly, which is a good idea. The twin ballers, His twin pistols, really well painted, sculpted obviously, removable clip, the armour cocks and the slide goes back, all that. See on the handles now, got the Expendables motif, which is a nice touch. You've got the revolver pistol that goes on the back of his belt. Just show you. The chamber that's turned, and the hammer cocks. So yeah, really nice touch. You're looking for a cowboy gun, yeah, you might look to go that way. Then you've got his assault rifle, which obviously bends. Click that back in. Magazine will go into there. So you've got the 2 bullets in there. Nice. Extendable stock, which will slide back in, and then it's got the you can either have that on or off. It's just an elasticated strap that'll throw over his shoulder. So again, really nice, and again moved on from the first gun that come, just a little bit better. Tiny, we're talking about tiny things, but they do make the difference because they've done it on everything. Inside here you've got a black t-shirt. To be honest, I don't see a point to it because under the other black t-shirt you don't really need it, you're not going to see it, but it's good if you've got the DX10, which came with a grey t-shirt. If you want to swap that black t-shirt onto the DX10, it will do, to make your Terminator 2 look like it's from an earlier section of the film. So I'm glad they added it, but I won't be using it. Then you've got his black cargo trousers and gun belt rig. Do go on really nice. I haven't took the belts all the way off, obviously. That little catch there goes into that slot, clicks in nice. So he's got his holsters and straps, awesome. Again, moved on massively from the first one. I have sold my first version now, so I can't do a direct comparison, but I do remember it well. It was a top figure when I got it. I loved it. So yeah, really nice, go on well, fitting well, do look cool. Moving across, you've got his sort of stab jacket or tactical vest, whatever you want to call it. Again, stepped on a lot better than the first one. Got this like soft rubber pad in here instead of just the embroidered section what the first one had. Easier to get on and off, because the other one you sort of undid the straps on the shoulders and put it on like a pain in fucking arse, to be honest. And then the sort of sweat top underneath with a 3/4 length sleeves. I will say as well, same on this one, they have sort of stitched it so the sleeves will stay up his arm. They're not forever going down, you've got to push them back up. They've put a few stitches in to tighten it off and it won't come down his arm, which I really like. A really good idea. Yeah, nice. There is still the loop here, but there's no knife to go through it this time like they were on the first section. Like I say, you never really saw the knife anyway because I was opposed, but I do prefer that. Again, moved on from first version. The sculpted beret, again, it's a soft plastic sculpt that's had felt onto it. I will say my felt here is a little bit rubbed. I'm not too bothered, but I just point it out because that might be how yours turns up too. I think sometimes it looks a little bit awkward, but I think it depends how far down on the edge you push it. You've got to push it down really until his head's all the way inside it to make it look how it's supposed to look, because some people just place it on top and it just looks fucking ridiculous. So I think I still do prefer the beret from the first one, although this one is more, I think they've tried to improve it, but I don't necessarily know if they have. That's the same with this hat as well. Like I say, you've got to push it right down on his head, because just pop it off. Some people just like put it on something like that and you think he looks a twat, he wouldn't wear it like that. You've got to fucking squeeze it right down and make sure his head really fills in to the plastic. Maybe tip it forward a touch, or maybe, see, that looks better to me, just off to a jaunty angle. That's how I'd wear my cap, something like that. Nice, bit of imagination, brothers and sisters. So moving on, the ski type goggles, very tactical looking. Got the lettering up front. Do look double layered, really good. Do like them as well. Across here, the sculpted boots, which I think are an improvement on the first set also. Just look like real leather boots, although the stitching is sculpted. And then this sort of shin protector that wraps around and like kind of buttons at the side. I just really like it. If I were doing a custom figure that needed some kind of tactical boots, I think these would be the ones I'd go for, or the Nick Fury ones, because they're also good boots. Yep, in front of that I've got the hands. You've got the tactical version fists. The left hand nearly always has the ring on it, sculpted ring, his lucky ring, really good. And they also have, like I said, the double bands. This sometimes gets in way at the wrist peg, but they are nice hands, and they're not just a recast of the first set, they're all redone. And then I say on this one they've got like a fingerless glove on the right hand. So you've got your trigger hands, then here you've kind of got another trigger hand but without the glove. Here you've got like a relaxed hand with the ring, and then here you've just got a relaxed hand with the glove. On him you've got sort of an hand that will hold the foregrip on the rifle, and here you've got a completely clean, nothing on it, cigar hand. So yeah, good set of hands, spare hand pegs, really nice, swap in and out really easy, also I've found. The only thing I'm not keen on, or really don't like, is this is the second belt for the trousers that he's wearing, and the only reason I don't like it is when I'm pulling it round to try and sort of tighten top of his trousers, I snap the bastard cleaning off. It's really, really fragile. Zoom in, you son of a bitch. I snapped it there and I just like crossed it over and glued it, so I could still use it, but I probably won't. I'm not having him in these trousers anyway, I don't think, but yeah, I did snap that. And then here you've got another sort of wristband, and then you've got the Dr. Dre Beats and the attachment, and then the earpiece there, or the mic, whatever. So yeah, really nice. Everything you get, a lot of stuff, really impressively done. Like I said, they've moved on a couple of steps from the first version. And when you look at it, and like I've said before, when I put it in my airtight bag, I would, the bag is full, obviously. You've got a spare uniform, complete uniform, so the bag feels full. So I were going to give it a 5 out of 5, but because I keep thinking to saying, tighten up on your scores, tighten up, rein them in, I've never seen you give a low score unless it really, really needs it. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to mark it down just for two simple reasons. If they would have given you another head, like a battle damage head or aggressive head, that would have obviously took it to a 5 out of 5. They didn't, so... Oh, if you bought two Barney Rosses, you would have one stood like that and one is tactical gear, although they both have the same head. So I don't know. And also the base, if they get a diorama base and another head, that would have been a 5. But like I said, I'm giving it a rather tight 4 out of 5. Moving on to value, and while he's in this pose, I'll probably do the overall and the final thoughts sort of thing. Just show you the pose first. Pretty much got him running. Got his assault rifle low slung, just getting his sprint on through jungle or through fucking war zone, battle zone, whatever you want to call it. I've took off all his head rig and everything, just got him just in his tactical gear, going to war. He is, that's what lad's doing. Let's get him turning while we talk. Right, so as I said at the start of the review, Lee Ward has got some of these left for sale. I think they're $149.99. I'm not sure if that includes shipping or the shipping on top of that, but if you go and talk to him, either direct to his site or through Facebook, you'll get to find out. I said also that I'd bought this one to sell. I don't know if that's the case. If somebody came to me and said, if you don't want it, Rick, I'll give you blah 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 for it, I might be tempted into it, because it's a good figure, it's a really good figure, but I don't really know who I'm going to stand it with. That's my problem, because when I had Barney Ross before, I put him with a Terminator, and now, as you can see, I've gone for the T800 setup on its own, so it's not going to go there, so I really don't know where I'm going to put it. Although, I might keep it, squeeze it in somewhere that it's not really going to fit, and hold on to it, because like I say, it is a really nice piece. The value. I paid a good price to Lee. Obviously, everybody by now knows Lee does discount me figures, gives me a decent rate. I do still pay him, like I said before. I'm not getting no freebies. I'm not, like I said, I'm not showing long, I'm not getting stuff geared and then I've got to start telling you how good everything is. I'm still contributing to the prices, so yeah, the figures I keep, I am paying for, so I can be as honest as I want, because if I've bought a figure, I can shit on it all I want, or I can fucking rave about it, then facts don't matter. So, I don't know, do we say it's good value because it brings a lot of stuff? Possibly so, or do we say it's bad value because it's never going to rock it up? I think the Barney Ross, I bought the first version, I bought it for about 130, and then I think I sold it for about 150 or something like that, and that were after a couple of years, so it didn't go through the roof. I don't think this one would go through the roof. Only thing that would send this one up in value really for me is if they started releasing, and this is Hot Toys because I do know there's some third parties releasing some Expendables figures. I think the Jason Statham's been out, and there's a Dolph Lundgren out. I suppose you could piece up a couple of other characters. But until Hot Toys started doing the rest of the team, nobody's going to clamour for the Barney Ross, I don't think. So I'm going to go straight down the line and give the value a 3 out of 3. It didn't cost a lot, comparatively speaking, but it's not going to go up in price a lot either, I don't think. That takes the overall score to 27 out of a possible 35, which is a pretty reasonable score. Like I said, it has got some really strong categories, but then a couple of categories later down, possibly the articulation and the source material. But like I say, I think I got this figure, I think, Monday morning or Tuesday morning. It's now Saturday afternoon. I only opened it last night. I opened it when I got it to check everything were alright, and it were. I then packed it up and didn't take it out to pose it until last night. The reason for that is not because I weren't buzzing about the figure, I've just had so much other stuff to do. Obviously I've reviewed the Walking Dead figures, or I'm Enemy figures, or whatever I'm allowed to call it, the Town Sheriff and Crossbow Hunter. I reviewed those. I reviewed Wyman's Jimi Hendrix, which were a pleasure to do, and then I've reviewed that. Coming up, I've got a comparison of Bond figures to do. I've got Agent Coulson to do. I think that will bring me up to date. But yeah, it is a really nice figure. Like I said, once I got it out and posed, I'm like, yeah, it is nice. And every particular category, or where they can, they've improved on the first version. Like I said, the head sculpt is an improvement and paint work is an improvement, but not to my taste. I still prefer the first version on that, in all honesty. Not much more I can say. Like I said, massive shout out to Lee for shipping it to me in good condition, well packaged. He has got some for sale. But for now, it's the Clipper King Brothers. Another review done, and I'm out of here.